All right. So, my name is Pamela. I am the creator of the Real Food Comeback. The Real Food Comeback was created out of me, out of my struggles with weight. 2024, I was losing my ability to walk due to inflammation and low back pain. And so I came up with this program using real food. So how it first started, my when I finally got home and my neighbor, who also had been going through some health challenges, had been doing some research, and I was in so much pain. I had to be escorted in the airport in a wheelchair. So when I finally got home, my neighbor said, "Listen, we have to do something." She saw how I was struggling and she was struggling. And the first thing we did, we went cold turkey on eliminating sugar. Okay. And then the second thing we did was we looked at carbohydrates. What are the things that were making us in pain, giving us pain and inflammation, but more inflammation that was causing the pain. And it was the excess number or grams of carbohydrates. So when we eliminated and reduced certain carbohydrates out of our diet, I was slowly regaining my ability to walk and my flexibility. I was always flexible as a child, a teenager, even into my 30s and 40s. I was very flexible enough to where I wasn't able to do a split, but pretty close. I could put my leg behind my head, but around my 50s, I really started struggling with that. But I was still able to walk. So the crisis came in 2024 where I had to do something. And that was it. Basically, I had to eliminate sugar, reduce carbohydrates, and find a system that works. So when I found this system that worked, I then showed some of my friends. But when I first started, I told no one. The only person that knew that I was changing my diet and stripping down things was my neighbor. Okay. And the reason why I chose to do that is sometimes when you tell people that you're making a change and it's a change against the norm, you get a lot of unsolicited opinions. And at this point in my life, I couldn't afford to have unsolicited opinions. So I decided to go silent with my change. And luckily, when I was able to walk better, I came back to the United States because I was living overseas and I was able to walk. But I was still experiencing still a lot of inflammation and pain because I hadn't done this. I was doing this maybe a month, but I was able to walk and I didn't need a lot of wheelchair assistance coming back. So when I got back to the States, I had to walk because I was fortunate enough to have a place to stay that was close to my job. Now, my job, from my house to my job, was only roughly 7 to 10 minute walk. Not a long walk at all. But if you're familiar with New York City highways, they have a bridge that go over the highway. So that was a struggle for the first 2 weeks. So the second 2 weeks, I noticed that things were changing, that I was getting to work earlier. I was getting to work earlier than my students. What I realized that as I kept my carbohydrates low, my pain was decreasing. And at that time, I kept a journal. I kept a journal of what I was eating and I kept a journal of how I was feeling. And I'm going to tell you personally, I hate paperwork because I already do a lot of paperwork in my profession. And I did not like journaling, but I knew I needed to document what was happening to me because it was happening so fast. So I was documenting in a calendar like this, what I ate, what time I ate, and at the end of the day, I was documenting how I feel on a scale of 1 to 10. One being, you know, normal pain, from walking or whatever, especially when you walk a little distance, and 10 meaning I need medication, I need to go to hospital. So when I first started walking, I noticed that my pain was always around a 7 or 8, but I just didn't believe in taking drugs. I stretch, I relax or whatever. But within 2 weeks, my pain level was down to like a 3 or 2. Some days I noticed that I didn't have any pain. And it was during Ramadan. So I was eating one large meal, but I would kind of space it out because I was eating after sundown. But I would eat some of it, I would take a break, and then I would eat some more. So I made sure I got enough calories and enough, of the nutrients and stuff to eat. Now in the morning, what I had was coffee with stevia and maybe half and half. So I was eating about pound of protein, and I was eating about 20, under 30 grams of carbohydrates. Okay. And so after the first month, I developed something that I use in the Real Food Comeback with the young ladies who are in the group, and I'll show you. So what I find that if you keep things minimalistic, you have more success. So what I did was I developed a food list. Okay. So this food list is in the food groups: proteins, healthy fats, vegetables, low carb, who's that, mom? Low carb fruit, drinks, seasoning, and dairy. Okay. So this list was made off of my preferences. So when I give it to the members of the Real Food Comeback group, they can add on what proteins they like. I have a meat aversion, so I don't have beef or chicken, but I do eat seafood. Okay, so reality's back. So I do eat seafood. So on my list of proteins, I do have shrimp and whatever. But if you don't like those, that's fine. Okay. So in healthy fats, I don't eat beef tallow or lard or anything like that. So my fats are butter, olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil. Okay. My vegetables, these are vegetables that I like that are non-starchy vegetables. So I recommend for the first 30, it all depends on if you're losing weight and if inflammation, you have to adjust it for your body. For my body, I needed inflammation and I needed to lose weight. So what I did was I have a list of my favorite vegetables, non-starchy vegetables that I know that I could eat on a regular basis. And they are kale, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, peppers, cabbage, onions, green pepper, and asparagus. Now, this is the old list. Okay. I found out that some of my favorite vegetables had an adverse effect on my body. So, your list may change on what becomes your favorite and your non-favorite vegetables. So so you notice there's no sweet potatoes on this list and there's no potatoes on this list. And I'll explain that later. Okay. Then my low carb fruit. Because I was trying to lose weight, I needed to keep my insulin levels down. When your insulin levels are spiked by carbs or sugar, because sugar equals carb, carb equals sugar. The only fruit I eat is berries, olives, and avocado, and lemon, but I do lemon more as when I'm cooking or I flavor water. I don't just eat lemon like a fruit. And my drinks, water, sparkling water, and sometimes I'll put a little bit of lemon in the sparkling water, coffee, and tea. The seasonings that I use are very, very simple seasonings: salt, pepper, herbs, spices, lemon vinegar, and I do like Old Bay because I'm a seafood lover. And Old Bay is one of the best. The dairy. Because I have a history of lactose intolerant, I only eat aged cheese. Now, each one of us is different. Some people have more tolerance to dairy than others, so your list would change. It would be customized for you. Okay. So you might be able to drink or eat cheese that's not aged less than 18 months or whatever, and that's fine. I prefer Parmesan cheese and aged cheese. For my coffee, I like heavy cream. Okay, but they change. See, this particular program is based on your body. It is 30 days of investigation of you. So reality might not like seafood, right? Tammy might not like dairy. You have to assess what is going to work for you. However, as humans, we all need to learn what our tolerance are in terms of carbs, because some things may spike my blood sugar that don't spike your blood sugar. So they're not, so those things may not make you gain weight, whereas for me, they'll make me gain weight. We have one young lady in the group, she already texted she couldn't make it today. She had to add things to her diet, like sweet potato, because she was losing too much weight. So this is something you start with a baseline and then you learn how your body responds to carbohydrates. Meat, protein doesn't have carbohydrate on it, but if you eat a honey baked ham, the honey is the carbohydrate. So those are the things you have to learn how to adjust. So here in the group, we help each other adjust. So if you go shopping, if it's not on the list, you don't buy it. It's just as simple as that. If it's not on the list, you don't buy it. So what I do is I take a blank list and I shop from this list. Okay? So when I first started out, I journaled. Okay? So I made a journal page. This is free to the members of the Real Food Comeback group. In the journal is what I ate today, how I felt today, my wins. Some of my wins is that I was walking to work within 7 to 10 minutes, where before with the pain, it was taking me half an hour. I had to lean on the building. What challenges you have? Some challenges that you might have. We'll talk about Sister Sean. Her challenge was the dinner mints. My challenge is peanuts. I eat too many peanuts because I use peanuts to replace potato chips, which is high in carbohydrates. So this week I only had peanuts 3 times, but I'm a person that can have peanuts every night. So last Sunday I made a promise to the group that I was going to cut down. So I had peanuts like every other day and I was fine. I also noticed over the week that I cannot have boiled peanuts. They just wreck my body, but I can have roasted peanuts. So those are the things that you're going to keep, that you need to become mindful of as an individual. Somebody else may be able to eat boiled peanuts. It doesn't spike their blood sugar. It doesn't give them it doesn't blow up their stomach. They don't wake up with crud in their eyes. These are all signs that that food is an adverse thing to your body. Okay? And you just take notes. And one of the notes is supported need. You might want something, you go to the group and say, listen, I really want something smooth and creamy, or I want something savory, but I'm trying to stay on the real food path. You go to the group and you pose the question to the group. Because there are some people in the group that's been here since day one, which is like 6 or 7 months now. We've all been here and we're all going through it together. That's the beauty of community. Okay. So the last thing I developed, and there again, is you have to tweak it for yourself, is a prompt. The prompt, you go into Chat GTP or Copilot or Gemini or Perplexity, right? And what you do based on your bio, your height, your weight, your age, your gender, your your level of calories. We really don't have to count calories so much, but you want to make sure that you get enough macros. Calories, I do around 1,800 calories. I'm 5'9", mind you, and my goal weight is about 170, 175. So I eat around 1,800 to 2,000 calories. Some days I hit it and some days it's much lower. Um, but then you want to minimize. You don't want a lot of food choices because if you start wanting a lot of food choices, you're going to be thinking of a lot of recipes. So you're going to pick five of your favorite proteins. So you're going to get the list. You're going to pick five of your favorite proteins. Okay. You're going to pick four to five of your favorite non-starchy vegetables. You're going to pick two to three healthy fats that you know that you can eat on a rotation. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to, the fruit for the first 30 days, actually, I would say forever, but for the first 30 days, you're going to just do berries. Okay. You're going to do berries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, whatever. But if you find that the berries are triggering you to eat more sweet foods, don't do it. Okay. If you find that you can't just stop with 1 cup of raspberries or 1 cup of blueberries, because you want to, I'm going to talk about the carb levels in a minute. Drink. You keep your drinks simple. There's one lady in the group, she likes fizz, so she does Fresca. I think Fresca has 2 grams of carbs. Um, I do sparkling water with a little bit of lemon, but I drink coffee almost every morning or tea. The tea that I like is the cinnamon apple tea because if you put 2 tea bags, you don't need sugar. And I like it hot or cold. Um, Seasonings, keep it simple. And the funny thing about seasonings is that use basic seasonings, salt, pepper, curry, whatever. If you start buying those blends, if you read the label, they have dextrose in them. They have a preservative in them to keep them from clumping, the anti-agent. All those things they're not good when you can just get the individual ingredients and build it yourself, combine it yourself. Old Bay is a pretty clean one, except it can be a little salty. So you want to add salt afterwards. And another thing about salt, the regular cheap salt has dextrose in it. So you have to be careful the type of salt that you buy. I like Redmond salt and I like Celtic sea salt because it's just, it's just straight salt. So if you look at the labels, later on the road, we'll talk about labels. It's a whole process to eating real food. But as you do it, it will get easier. Okay. And then dairy. You choose your dairy that you like. I would recommend that you keep it at a minimum for the first 30 days until you see how your body responds to the dairy. Okay. So in the group, most of the young ladies in the group, we start with mastering what 100 grams of carbs look like. Now, we could say, look and see what 75 grams of carbs look like. But the number 100 is just a good solidifying number. It's a good mental number. And you take that number and see what does 100 grams of carbohydrates look like? Okay. So I want you to use this prompt. The prompt is, if you have a piece of paper. If not, I will text you the prompt in the group later. So, for example, let's see. Let me take one of the non-starchy carbohydrates on my list because you don't have to worry about the meat, the protein, but I'm going to take let's see where. Let's see. Well, I'll do my favorite. Okay. So you're gonna on your phone or whatever, but I recommend when you do it, get a piece of paper. If you get a copy of the list, put it right on your list. I recommend that you copy the list, have one at your house, one in the refrigerator, one at work, whatever. Okay. And you're going to say, how many grams of carbohydrates are in 1 cup of broccoli? Fill in the blank. How many grams of carbohydrate in 1 cup of whatever? Fill in the blank. Okay. See what that looks like on paper and know that you want to master the visual of what does 100 grams of carbohydrates look like. And when you get to that, when you go lower, if you, like myself, I needed to lose weight. I knew that I needed to stay under 30 grams of carbohydrates a day in order to drop my first 40 to 50 pounds. It was in a couple months. I was dropping like 10 pounds a month. And I was doing minimal walking because I could hardly walk. I was still walking at work and stuff like that, but doing long distance walking, no. So I kept it for a long time at a minimum of a maximum of about 30 grams of carbohydrates. And the weight easily came off. I ate my protein till I was satisfied. I started with my bowl of vegetables. And what I did was I did one vegetable a week and I just rotated my protein because I was trying to find out what vegetable was having an adverse effect on my body. I noticed that I cannot eat one of my favorites is Chinese cabbage. I cannot eat asparagus. It made me feel like I was having like a chest pain. It was just producing too much gas when I ate it with my favorite protein and my favorite fat. So I had to eliminate out of my diet asparagus and Chinese cabbage. I don't do carrots because carrots have too much sugar. Okay. I'm not opposed to it, but if you're trying to, like myself, I was trying to lose weight and trying to reduce the inflammation. I didn't want anything to spike my blood sugar. Um, any questions thus far? Tammy, you have any questions? Reality, you have any questions before I go on to the next phase?
No questions for me.
You get it? You get where I'm going?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
I understand.
All right. So what I then did was I kept that prompt. How many grams of carbohydrates are in this? Now, I don't like to cook, okay? And I was kind of like at an advantage because I don't mind simplicity, okay? But when I tried this on other people who like to cook, they liked it because they could take, it seems like you can't eat anything, right? But if you take your five favorite proteins, your five favorite vegetables, the preferred foods from the list, and you put that in chat, your AI, do it for 7 days. And it will give you and tell it based on the number of, calories that you feel comfortable with. I feel comfortable with, and pretty much everybody who's been doing this, between 18 and 2,000 calories. Because you're going to move, you're going to burn it off, which is not a lot. I think it is the FDA recommended when they do all your when you look at your food labels, is when you look at food labels, it's based on the FDA recommended daily allowance or whatever. So anywho, that's what I did. I did about 1,800 calories. When I put it in there, it made a full 7-day meal plan with my favorite vegetables. Some of the combinations I didn't like. The days I did like, I just pulled them up and repeated them. So you have to kind of get used to just kind of repeating the same food until you learn what foods have what carbohydrates have an adverse effect on you. For the first 30 days, there's no potatoes, there's no pasta, no bread, no commercialized breads like that keto crap. None of that stuff. Nothing what has a marketing label. It needs to be real food. Okay. So after that, I would recommend that you get a book called The 100 by Jorge Cruz. And that you watch a video, something like Keto for Beginners from Dr. Berg. I'll post it in the group, the recommended videos. That was the videos that helped me to really, in the book, that really helped me to understand the basic principles of insulin resistance and controlling your insulin. Okay. There's some other videos that helped me realize that All vegetables aren't created equal. All salads aren't created equal. Salads are good for some, and salads are not good for other people because sometimes in a salad we put so many vegetables and then we get kind of gassy and bloated, but we don't know what vegetable caused it because we just have a mountain of vegetables in one bowl. Okay? So the way the Real Food Comeback program work is that you're going to strip the food down to the bare minimum, your favorites, something that you know that you can eat in a cycle. Okay, you're going to look at those resources, the book the book by Jorge Cruz, the 100. Okay, now he does his 100 a little bit different. He does it with the sugar carbs, but you're still going to look at carbs. Don't listen to the net carb stuff. Carbs, because carbs equals sugar, sugar equals carbs. Okay, that makes your life whole much easier and it makes the plan more effective. Exercise. You can exercise if you want, but I recommend that you take it easy for the first 30 days, 60 days, because you can't exercise a bad diet. It's been scientifically proven. Health starts in the grocery list, health starts in your kitchen, wellness starts in your kitchen because the sad American diet is our problem. Ultra processed food is our problem as a society, as a Western society. Okay. Um, The next thing we'll get to is just some community guidelines. I did these a long time ago, but I'm not here to diagnose. I'm not here to tell you don't eat rice. I just recommend that you, for 30 days, just give it a try. I can't tell you that you'll don't never have potatoes. I just recommend for 30 days, give it a try. Okay. If you really have a hankering for a sweet potato or a white potato, chat GTP, how many grams of carbohydrates are in one? I don't know. You can weigh the potato or you can put it in a cup and chop it out. But you want to learn, what does 100 grams of carbohydrate have effect on my body? Will your weight stay like this? Will you crave more? Will you start losing weight? Nothing happens. If nothing happens, go lower. See what 75 grams of carbohydrates have effect on your body. Then, if you find that, oh, okay, you could try to go a little lower because you're going to maintain your protein and you're going to maintain your fat intake, and you might have a cup or two of berries throughout the course of the week. One cup, I forget, we did it last week. I forgot how many grams of carbohydrates it is, but it's enough, just enough to satisfy you within 100 grams per day. So, and I'm not here to diagnose. Don't say, well, Pam, I have too much of this or too much of that. That you need to consult with your doctor because I can't do your blood tests. Okay. Um, I don't interpret symptoms. Well, some symptoms I probably could. If you start burping a lot and your stomach blow up like me, I would say, you might need to find out what you had in combination, whatever, that might be causing you to get a little gassy. I can't eat green lentils. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. And I tried it twice. No, can't do it. Okay. So I won't give you medical advice, but I will say, well, how did it feel? What did you do? When's the last time you've been to your doctor? When's the last time you had a good, bowel movement or something like that? Then I said, well, if you're not, are you feeling pain? Maybe you need to go to your doctor. Okay, so this program is a self-assessment. Okay, so you have to do your own level of research and your discernment on your own physicality because we all have different parents. We all have different environmental challenges. We all have different work challenges, environment, emotional uh, um, compasses, you know, different stressors in life. Right now, I'm not doing anything, so I don't have much stress. But some people are still working a regular 9 to 5 and dealing with coworkers. That's stress. So how do you deal with that stress and not use food as a way of dealing with it? So you can talk to the group. What do you do when your coworkers get on your nerves? What do you do when somebody, I recommend you tell nobody that you that you're eliminating ultra processed crap from your diet. I would recommend that you tell no one that you're not eating pizza for the next 30 days because why? Sometimes knowingly or unknowingly, that has an effect on your life choices, your life change, your emotions. How do I know? Like I told the group last week, someone told me a long time ago that I'll never lose weight unless I cut off a leg. That's emotional cruelty, number one. But how did I internalize that? Right? So that's why now I tell people in the group when you go out to dinner, socialize. Don't get me wrong. Socialization is good, but it doesn't always have to be eating food. But if you say, okay, you don't want to hear any nonsense from everybody, the first thing you're going to do, you order first. Change the narrative, change the leadership. You order first. Order your favorite real food drink, whether it's water with lemon, seltzer water with lemon. Um, Mind you, some people can handle a Diet Coke. I can't. I cannot handle it. But it's socially accepted in a group. I'm not saying it's good because it's full of crap, but I'm just saying that if you don't want any, if you want to mask what you're doing, you order things like steak. Oh, I don't feel like potato today. Add a few more vegetables. Or if you go like I do, I go to my seafood, favorite seafood restaurant with my friends, and I order the biggest seafood combo, but I slowly give them the corn and I give them the potatoes, and I just eat the steamed broccoli. They don't know the wiser that I am eliminating junky carbohydrates, high sugar carbohydrates from my diet. If you go to what's the other restaurant that people frequent to? Cheesecake Factory. I order a salad. I tell them to hold the croutons, add a boiled egg, and put oil and vinegar to the side. And I'm a happy camper. No one is the wiser. Okay. I just now know that a cup of lettuce is about, I don't know, 3 or 4 grams of carbohydrates. So once you have the tools, you can lose the weight and you can maintain the weight. And it's not to say that you can never have a piece of chocolate cake. But when you have that sad American diet chocolate cake, you'll feel it the next day. Your body will tell you, either your feet, something's gonna happen. Because how do I know? Because I tried it. I had a piece of green tea, it was a green tea cheesecake. And I tell you, I woke up the next day with, I don't know, something about this eye. The eye was swollen and I had a lot of mucus in my eye. That was the only thing I had different. Was conventional. It was a green tea cheesecake, but it was made with the conventional ingredients. Okay. Um, so for the new people, every week we talk about our challenges here. We give each other ideas here, and we also do a mind shift games or questions. And I'll give you an example. Oh, any questions thus far? Reality of Tammy, you're the new kids on the block. I don't know what happened to everybody else today. It's storming here in South Carolina. Let me check. Tammy, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions right now. Just listening.
Okay. So I have a question for you. Um, I know Sean probably explained a little bit about what we're doing. So what prompted you to come on to the call today?
Oh, I
Curiosity?
think I think it was just the fact that I was sharing with my cousin that
Mm,
I had gone out to eat and
uh-huh.
just how it made me feel. I went to a restaurant with my son, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just so crazy because I just did not like the food. It just didn't taste good. So then
Mm-hmm.
she ended up talking about it, and I just got some
Mm-hmm.
chicken. And then she told me, that showed me year earlier when you're much larger,
Mm-hmm.
and you now. She just told me about, download the app and why don't you
Mm-hmm.
join us and listen. And I think for me it would be good. I don't have a group where where a group that I'm accountable to when it comes to food.
Mm-hmm.
As a single person, I think you were the one that made the statement when you were talking where you don't like to cook. I don't really personally I don't like to cook, but then just listening to you, I just kind of got a little excited. I'm like, okay, 30 days. I'm just not getting into the month of August. Today's August the 2nd. So okay, let's try this. And
Mm-hmm.
so we'll see how it works. So
Okay.
anyway, thank you for sharing, but I think this might be a good thing for me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Good. So reality, if you can, I know you still have the baby there. Okay. I think she's still doing something with the baby, so I'll wait till she can come on. Michelle, nice to see you.
Hi, good to see you too.
And I've been meaning to call you to ask you questions, but something keeps coming up. So, but we'll get together. We'll get together. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Good, good. Traveling.
Yes, I've been very busy traveling
Uh-huh.
and working on a couple of clients' requests. I have someone that wants to go to Japan
Okay.
and some family, so it's
Hmm.
requiring a lot of research.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to have you put something together for me. That's what I'm going to talk to you about.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So for 2027,
Uh-huh.
I want to introduce a trip to the group, and it will be a component of physical, not too much physicality, but the group has to be able to walk.
Okay.
They
Okay.
they have to be able to walk. So
Okay.
I have a couple places in mind. It's not hilly like Lisbon, but
Okay.
I do have a couple places in mind that we could talk about promoting it for the group.
Okay. Sounds
Okay. Yeah, but so how you doing? How you doing with your with the real food?
You know what? I'm keeping kind of steady at the same weight, which
Uh-huh.
is kind of good because most times if I get off track with my eating, my weight goes up. But
Mm-hmm.
it's been pretty steady the same.
That's good. That's good
Yeah.
because if it's steady, you
Hmm.
know what you need to bring the weight down is just basically eliminating the carbs,
Right.
the
Right.
ultra processed carbs.
Right.
Mhm.
And with me, with like I've been traveling, I've been to South Carolina 3 times in the past 2 months.
Where?
Along to a place called Ridgeville. It's about half an hour from Charleston.
Okay.
Sean and I were going to try and meet up with you during that time because I think you were in South Carolina at that time too.
Mm.
But I think it was maybe like an hour and a half away from where you are
Mm.
at that time.
Mm.
And then I've been to Miami and I've been to Orlando. So that kind of gets me off track because that's like about 5 or 6 trips
Mhm.
where you can eat right or you can eat wrong
Yeah. Yeah,
because you
yeah.
got you got too many choices.
I know. When
So
I was in Miami, I did pretty good.
okay, okay,
Yeah. Well,
okay.
the only thing about Miami, the food is expensive.
Hmm.
But I was able to I had the cutest Airbnb. It was right off of, oh, I told Sean the name of the place, Lincoln Road, between
Hmm.
Lincoln Road and Washington Road. Oh my God, this it was the cutest little studio. So
Okay.
I found Whole Foods, and the supermarket was right on the free, Miami Beach has a free trolley.
Okay.
So it
Good.
was right on the what do you call the route of the free trolley.
Okay.
So I was able to stick to my plan. I didn't eat any desserts or anything like that. I didn't make anything. But I was able to stick to my food. I was even able to go to the mall and I had a little coffee and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
everybody knows I carry my stevia because I do like coffee, but
Okay.
only need a little bit just to take that little bitterness out of the coffee. But I did fine in Miami. It was
Okay.
hot, so I didn't walk
Yes.
too much.
Okay.
I didn't walk too much at night. A couple of days I did a lot of walking because I took the bus up to Aventura Mall. So I was
Okay.
able to do some walking
Yeah,
there.
that's where we like to stay in that area. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so I was able to get my
Walkable.
walk in there. But here
Yeah.
in South Carolina, there's no mall. So
Hmm.
it's been hot and muggy. And I've just been, huh?
I was saying, hi, Michelle.
Hey, Sean.
Oh, so we have somebody else that came in on iPhone, but I don't know who iPhone
Yeah,
is.
okay.
It's me, it's Joyce, Pam.
Hey,
Oh,
Joy.
Yeah,
how
hey, hey,
Can I
how is
can I
everybody
get
doing?
can I get
Yeah,
the meeting ID? Because
I
I'm gonna
beg
do
your
it on my
pardon.
laptop.
you doing? The meeting ID,
Yeah.
yeah, it's 8. Hold on, let me look on the phone.
Okay.
Oh, I can look here for it, can I? Yeah, I don't want to mess up though. Let me let me look on my phone. I be the push the wrong thing. Okay. I know it's 851. Let me see. All right. I don't know why my phone is going so slow today.
Okay. I could just plug in my phone and charge it up. It was just about to die in. You can send it to me later. I don't want to disrupt the meeting. Okay. You can send it to me later.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you can send it to me later.
All
That's
right.
fine. Yeah. And Sean, I need to talk to you later.
It's
Um,
in your WhatsApp. Go to your WhatsApp and it's in your regular message, your regular phone message.
okay. Hmm.
Yeah,
Because there's like a link.
yes, it's in WhatsApp and it's in your regular phone message.
Message.
Yeah. It's 8
Recording in progress.
oh my God. I told y'all I was going to say. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to get it. All right, I'm gonna try it from here. So we disconnect. Let's see.
Sean, I'll be in Atlanta Thursday.
Okay. Uh-oh, they making plans. All right, here's the.
Okay.
Uh-oh, it's gonna be an echo.
Okay, let me
Oh my God.
Mute one of them. Mute it.
It is
Just mute
muted.
one.
I'm gonna mute it here. Uh, oh my goodness. I am not the tech genius here. Okay. Oh my God, I lost it. I
I'll
need
just stay on
to
my phone. You get it to me later.
I need to learn how to do it, but
Well, we need to go ahead with the meeting. Go ahead.
all right.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Sorry about that.
It's
Sorry about
okay.
that. Yeah. That's why I put it in the group and I put it in because I know me. All right, Joyce, how's it going?
Uh, so far, so good. I Well, my journey has been interesting, as you know, haven't been able to get on so via the computer. So this is the first time, and so this is good.
Okay.
Back in June on the 17th, I
Mhm.
had a colonoscopy, just a general colonoscopy.
Mhm.
And prior to that, I couldn't lose, but afterwards, of course, I dropped to 153, and then afterwards, I picked up.
Mhm.
I'm at 155, 156, and I'm sort of okay with that because I started swimming
Okay.
uh, 2 days a week, and then not swimming. I'm sorry, aerobic exercise, and then I continued to walk about 3 to 4 miles, 4 days, 2 days a week,
Hmm.
and that's it. And so I'm sort of hanging. I feel like right now I'm kind of in a limbo. I've sort of plateaued a little bit, but
Hmm.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Hmm.
Um, my journey has been interesting because the diet for the colonoscopy required that I not eat fiber, which as a pescatarian, I'm like, I need fiber. I need vegetables, I need greens. And then we got this parasite in our vegetables, in the lettuce, and that's what
Yes.
I use a lot of. So I've had to substitute and
Mhm.
cook. And so I've continued to do a little bit of the diet I had prior to. You have to do the diet before
Mhm.
your colonoscopy, about a
Mhm.
week or two
Mhm.
before your colonoscopy. All soft foods, fruit, but it has to be soft fruit.
Mhm.
So anyway,
And nothing with seeds, right?
oh
Is
yeah,
that?
I'm not fond of seeds anyway. I haven't been,
Mhm.
but you but correct, no seeds,
Mhm.
no
Corn, that kind of stuff, right?
mm-mm,
Corn, bean, yeah.
no coin, nothing red, nothing purple.
Mhm. The nightshades, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm
Mhm.
okay. I'm just hey, I'm look. I hate that this issue with the vegetable has occurred because that kind of stymied what I think I want to eat. I can't go back to what I was eating before.
Uh-huh.
But otherwise,
Mhm.
I'm okay. I
Okay.
just woke up a little while ago. I had a
Mhm.
headache, so I woke up and
Yeah, good. Well, I'm still maintaining.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to maintain. I haven't gotten the mind, by the end of the year, my goal is to drop another 20 pounds.
Yeah, it'll happen.
But yeah, and my energy is fantastic. I feel good. So if it's just a pound a month, I don't care. From where I came from.
Oh, that's good.
From where I came from,
Mm.
I'm content, and it's doing good. And we've got some new members in our group, which is really good. We missed Miss Teresa today. She might have had to work. So we got a couple of Miss Hall. We got a couple of new members in. So I recorded this so they can look back at the replay. I tried to set the time now because a lot of people have church on Sunday, and it's usually
Mm.
around 12. So we're doing pretty good with 3 p.m. So so that's that. I know I spoke to Irene. She couldn't make it because she has late church today. So
Mhm.
yeah, but otherwise everything's doing fine. So I went over before you came, I just went over, basically my journey and what our goal is here and our aim is here at the Real Food Comeback community is just basically supporting each other and giving each other awareness um, about ultra processed food. Basically, it's ultra processed food that's damaging us. The ultra processed food and the excess amount of sugar. Those are the things that are like really giving us problems with our metabolic system. Yeah. So, and before you came on, I was just talking to Michelle that I want to conference with her about helping me set up a trip for the group. I know you don't fly, Joyce, but Joyce
Yeah.
might fly with us though.
I might fly with you all. That's right.
So, but we do have some physical requirements because it's going to be semi-walking. We're going to be we have to walk places, walk to the museum, and we will be using more local transportation than a lot of the escorted buses. Okay, so the trip, me and Michelle gonna get together. We're gonna find something maybe along the Mediterranean, maybe even a place like Charleston, South Carolina. We don't know yet. It could be Zanzibar. We don't know yet. We'll get together and we'll look for places. Could be Vietnam. We don't know yet. Lisbon's a little hilly. If you can walk 2.5 miles, Joyce, you wouldn't have any problems. It's the uphill. Lisbon's like this. That might be a little difficult for some people. But if you can do 2.5 to 3 miles, you won't have any problems. So we're going to look at finding some place that has some pretty good terrain that, as a collective, the whole group will be able to enjoy the walking tour.
Sounds
Right?
good.
Yeah. So,
Sounds good.
yeah.
How
So,
long? About how long, or do you know yet?
at least it all depends on where it is, but between 7 and 10 days.
And about you have an idea of when?
Yeah, I'm going to get with Michelle. I'm hoping the spring.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm hoping the spring, but it all depends on where because some places have rainy seasons. Have rainy season. Like for example, if we go to Lisbon in June, it's perfect if you like sardines. Because that's sardine season. Um, some places it's rainy season, like Zanzibar would be awful between March and May. I like the rainy season, but some people just can't deal with the rain. It's just, then you have other places where it's hotter because they're below the equator or whatever. So when we work together, we'll find some options and then we'll put the options out for the group. Now, 2 weeks ago, I posted a poll in school, but I haven't gotten anything in my email yet. I can check my email again, but I don't, have you done the poll, Michelle? Sean, have you done it?
No, I haven't done the poll. I have to look for that.
Yeah, the poll.
No, but I'll look for it, Pam.
Yeah, so the
Uh,
polls just have questions, just a couple of questions.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll give Michelle and us and myself an idea of generally what the group would be interested in. Because there's no sense of developing a trip for a group and the group is not interested.
right.
Now, I will go because y'all know me. I travel solo, but it's a group where we all going to get together and we're going to we're like eaters. We're going to be able to travel the world and still lose weight or lose and maintain, get rid of inflammation, but still having a good time. And the reason why, let me go back to tell you why I thought about doing a trip with our group is because when you are 100 pounds overweight, it is not a pretty thing to travel. Michelle could attest. You've probably been on the plane and you've seen some heavy people, right? When you're on the plane, that ain't the person you want to sit
Hmm.
next to,
Right.
right?
Right. Exactly.
And being a person that's overworked, well, you don't want to sit next to them either because you don't want the side eye,
Mm.
right? So I figured a trip like this in our group would be a goal for someone to lose 20 pounds. Would be a goal. Oh, I can go if I go to Tuscany and we walk in Tuscany because I'll be 30 pounds lighter. My goal is to be 30 pounds lighter. My goal is to be 20 pounds lighter, and I'll be able to sit in the whatever seat I get, coming from a previously big flyer. The first time I could cross my legs on the plane, it was like, oh my God, I can cross my legs. I even took a picture for a while there, but I don't know if Sean remember, but for a while there, I was taking pictures of me crossing my legs because I hadn't crossed my legs in a long time because of the weight. And it was something I could do now was to cross my legs. So I was showing pictures of me crossing my legs this way. I was showing pictures of me on the airplane having inch, space between, in those economy seats, which are horrible, but I had space. And for someone that's 100 pounds overweight, that is like life changing.
Mm.
And then one other young lady who's following the program with me, she's like, I lost 20 pounds. And when I got on the airplane, I noticed that I didn't feel like somebody was going to give me the side eye because I didn't need the belt extender. Now, I was never big enough where I needed the belt extender, I guess because I'm taller, so my proportions were different. But just imagine that the next trip that somebody take, they'll be able to walk 2 miles. The next trip, they'll be able to cross their legs. Just these small little wins is
Mhm.
it's mind blowing.
Hmm.
And I've been on the spectrum. Joyce, you met me when I wasn't that big, and you know me when I was bigger.
Mhm.
But
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so just those little things in life, I think they're good. I think they're good. A trip is a good measurement. It's a good goal. It's just something to give you someone to look forward to, regardless of whether you need to lose the weight. Maybe your goal is to walk 2.5 miles so you can go with us to Italy or go with us to wherever, you
Mhm.
know, because now you can walk 2.5 miles or,
Mhm.
you know, because some people can't. Some people can only walk half a mile. Remember, I called you and told you about my pain.
Mhm. Oh
I
yeah.
I could not walk for 5 minutes without Sean saw me. I could not walk. How many feet, Sean? Maybe 30 feet.
Mhm.
And now they told me, Pam, you were so mean. I was in pain.
Mhm.
So
Poor thing.
I'm fine now. I'm fine now. I'm good. I'm good. I travel all over the place by myself, but I would like to travel with this group and see how it is. Oh, it's getting the rain. Can you all see me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, it's storming here and it's gotten dark. Let me turn on the light. And we'll be wrapping it up. Where's the light? Where's the light? Okay. Yeah. There you
Mhm.
go. I'm good. I'm good. Those, how's she doing? Yeah. So we're wrapping it up in the group. So anyway, so the new challenge starts tomorrow. And I put the challenge information in the school group.
Okay.
Um, Let me see if I can pull it up.
And as far as the trip is concerned, it, I'm open.
Huh?
As far as restrictions, I really don't have any. And so therefore, base your decision on the group majority because I'm open.
Yeah. So it's going to be, we're going to sit down, Michelle, because Michelle is familiar with the group and she's familiar with the program. And so we'll take everybody in consideration. Then again, it's going to be a group trip where some people may not even want to go on, let's say if we're doing Mediterranean, someone may not want to go on a 2 mile walk across the Riviera. They can stay at the pool.
Mhm.
So they'll have that option of whether they want to participate in any physical activities. I would recommend that you take even a short walk every day, because that's even one of our challenges is to, movement. Movement is very important. Doesn't have to be a lot of movement, but we need to move. Uh, Hold on here. So, hold on, hold on. I'm trying to bring up our challenge. The challenge for this for the month of August is the environmental challenge. And I put the information in school. So some time ago, we did an exercise on a Sunday about sabotage and saboteurs and things that people say knowingly or unknowingly that can sidetrack your wellness progress. Now, it doesn't have to do with weight, does it? But they will say things and do things to sidetrack your progress. We call them enemies of progress. Okay. So the guidelines are in the school. I'm just having a hard time logging in to um because there's a lot more to do. Usually our challenges we just, we either walk as fast as, as long as you can, or you stay within 100 grams of carbohydrates or something like this. This one, you have to interact with the members. And that's why I want to make sure ah, I pull up anyway, the information is in there. So for example, one of the challenges, and each week is going to be a difference. So it's not like the challenges we did before for 30 days, the walk and win, where whoever walks the most steps is the winner. No, this time, Michelle, how did you deal with your cruise ship, right? This is Tammy asking Michelle, how was your challenges on the cruise ship? What did you eat? How
Uh-huh.
did you order? Now, what I am going to be doing, I'm going to be looking in school and I'm going to say, okay, Tammy gets points for interacting with Michelle. Then I'm going to look at Michelle. Michelle will get points if she gives Tammy advice.
Mm.
Those who help each other in the group, you gain points. Okay. The person with the most interaction in the group, and it'll be on the leaderboard. If you go into school, let me do that if I can't find the other thing. I hope I can go into, so I can show you real quick. All right, so we are going to share my screen. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to see if I can get into school from here. So here in school, you have the leaderboard, right? Has everybody been in school and looked at the leaderboard? So far, these are our leaderboards. Sakila is not going to, well, I don't know if she's going to participate, but Sakila is not going to be, because she is more or less my kind of like my assistant. So here, the leaderboard is going to tell me who is interactive. Who's interactive in the challenge will be based on the leaderboard because the system is going to do it. I don't have to worry about it. However, I will be looking and I will be encouraging the community to support each other in the board. So if you look under newsletter, can everybody see this? If you look on the newsletter, here is the travel interest poll. I just put out some arbitrary places. I put Portugal, I put Lisbon, Thailand, but just to get you thinking. But you can choose, or you can, I left it blank here for number 4 if you have another suggestion. And so there's a survey. You must be able to walk 3 miles at a slow pace. That's like 2 miles. Daily movement is required. Even if you get up and walk down for breakfast, you can't just lay in the bed on the trip. There won't be no steep hikes or anything like that. There will be no rushing to pace on the trip. Um, we are going to focus on local foods, fresh ingredients, fresh market, low carb meals. No, there may be hotel buffet foods that may be pretty good. Like if a hotel has let's say what they call omelet station, that would be perfectly good. Okay, but sometimes those buffets have garbage. They're crappy. Um, the accommodations will be at least a 4 star. So Michelle, this is you got a little bit of information here.
Okay, okay.
Transportations, we will be doing local. So we're going to look for a local person to help us with the tour. Now, when I did a local person to help me with my tour in South Africa, it was still fully concierge. We had our own private van and everything. So that may be okay, but we're not doing no big buses.
Okay.
Number one, this is from a personal, I don't like to travel with a whole bunch of people. You'll never see me have a trip with 20 people.
Mm.
That's just too much. Mentally, is just too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think 8, 10 is good. Okay, that's not including the host or anything, but I think that's great for other people too, so they don't have to contend with so many personalities. And trust me, from past experience, I think that's a good number. That's a good number, especially with a tour like this is more thematic, and we know that the people who are traveling with us don't have physical limitations. There's nothing wrong if you have physical limitations, but this group, we're going to be doing things that we can't carry you. You understand? Um, let's see, fresh and green transportation the group styles, community focus, supportive pace. So anyway, Doug, if you could go back and answer some of those questions, that would be fantastic for Michelle and I. Um, the general discussion, the walk and win, where did I put the um, Okay. I'm looking for the rules. Let me go to newer. I know I emailed it to everybody. All right. So, did I put it in the recipe share? Did I put it here? Let me go to new. All right. I know I emailed it to everybody. Let me look and see. Anyway, I'll find it. But the rules, I emailed the rules out to everyone um about the new challenge. About the new challenge guidelines for August 3rd, which is tomorrow. I'll post them again because there's certain things that you have to do that, in order to get the points during the challenge. Okay. Any questions thus far? All right. So Tammy Emery, well, Tammy, this is what the school board looks like. So when you join the school, this is the community tab up the top, and for the August challenge, we're going to interact as a community. We're going to ask each other questions in the community. This is the classroom. We're going to, once we solidify where we're going to trip, we will have weekly discussions on preparing for the trip, levels of excitement for the trip, so forth and so on. The starter kit. This is the starter kit is the menu, I mean the list that I talked about, the blank form that I talked about, the journal page that I spoke about earlier. Um, and then this is just some programs we did earlier. And I'm going to solidify those all in one. So if anybody's interested in know what we did in the past, this is a movement tracker. This is where the 55 grams of move. That was our June. That was our June challenge. So anything that you need to know in terms of challenges or anything, they will be in the classroom. And then the calendar. Okay. The calendar, we're going to meet every Sunday at 3 p.m. September 1st is going to be the mastermind, and that will be posted by August the 15th. Is the mastermind is a 12-week well, I'm saying mastermind, but it's a 12-week workshop. This is a map. The map shows where our members are in the world. So we have some in Africa. We actually have some down in Asia. All right. Any questions so far? Pam's got to find that list. Any questions? Any concerns? Can you all hear me or not?
Mhm.
Okay. Michelle, you have any questions?
I have a question.
Where is that list? General discussion. Ah, I have to post it again because I don't know what I did with it. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. So I will email it again. Let me check my email. For some reason, my phone's not working. Did anybody get an email for the August 3rd challenge? Let me check my email. I hope I ain't sent it to the wrong person. Um, Let me check this email. Who's still on? Joyce?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, any questions?
No, not so far. This may work best for me using the phone. And this
You couldn't get to the school app either?
I could not. I can get to the school app, but it online it wants me to put in all this information, and I'm just like, oh
And
no.
a lot of people don't like a picture. Just put a picture of a flower. Take a picture with your phone of the flower. I already know who it is. I know it's you. It's for vetting and it's for making sure there's no scammers that come through because it's a private community.
Well, I
So
thought
if
about
you
that, and I thought, well, okay, maybe
yeah,
I'll try that then. Okay.
yeah, just take a picture like she got roses here on the table. Take a picture of the rose and use
hmm
that as your profile picture because I know who you are. But if somebody try to come in a group, I don't know who they are, and they put a picture, I don't accept them in the group.
Right, I understand.
Because everybody here, it knows everyone.
Right.
Like
Okay.
Tammy came through Sean. I know Sean. You see what I'm saying? Michelle
Yeah.
came. I know who they are, and they'll tell me that so and so is logging in. Like earlier, Reality was here. She's one of Yvonne's daughter. But if I didn't know who she was, I wasn't gonna let her in.
Right, I understand.
So you don't have to worry. Miss Hall, everybody that's in that group, I know.
Okay.
Yeah. There's only two people that came from another group, a business group that I am in, but I know them from the business group. Yeah. So there's a link, there's a vetting. Yeah, I vet everybody. Um, I'm going to post it again. And I'm going to send it to, oh, wait a minute, is this it?
Where are you now,
Yeah,
Pam?
I do have 3 weeks in habits, familiar, remember today, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, say it again, Joyce.
I just said, where are you now?
He's
South
in
Carolina.
Oh,
South
in
Carolina.
Aiken with your
Yeah,
mom. How
yeah.
for how long?
I am well let me anybody have any more real food questions? Concern, Tammy, you gonna be a regular here? Well, I hope you'll be a regular here. You're welcome.
Yeah, she's gonna be a regular.
All right. I'm gonna stop the recording.